If you want a hard dose of reality, look no further than this viral video of a baby easily navigating an iPad, but then struggling to figure out why an actual magazine doesn't respond to her touch. User-friendly advancements in technology are at your children's fingertips, and schools are having to keep up. In part one of our two-part series, New School versus Old School, we spoke to local educators who are taking on the trend firsthand. Welcome to Education in 2016. I hope you're sitting down for this. Chalkboards have been replaced by high-tech touchscreens. Your kindergartner thinks a computer mouse is obsolete, and your high school teenager can Snapchat his story in history class. Remember your old trusty calculator? Well, now there are phone apps that solve entire equations. Everything is on the internet.
I started with 6th and 7th grade in Abernathy, Texas. I'm in 1989. I have a lot of them call me Mama Cowan, which, since I've been teaching for a while, it's okay.
Terry Cowan is a 27-year veteran educator, currently teaching senior English at Midland High School. She tells us that some students have to give the Roman numeral clock on her wall a double take to tell the time, while others struggle with reading her cursive writing. It's all a product of new curriculum in schools, centered within the rapidly changing digital world in which we live.
Technology and having access to online things has completely changed the research aspect of English. But it's also enriched it so much where I can pull so many cool pieces to have my students make comparisons with. But sometimes it's kind of nice to have that old school book in your hand mentality too. I think it might have just been a little easier to grasp. Now there's just too much information almost. It's like, which one do I pick?
Cowan, who actually taught her own two daughters when they were in school, has seen firsthand how technology, in particular the cell phone, has worked its way into the classroom.
Social media is amazing. It has kept me connected with so many amazing people. But it's social media. You do it when you're social. This is school. You're not social right now.
Mrs. Cowan's students were born in the late 90s, well before devices replaced traditional education tools. The children in Natalie Wada's classroom, however, probably had their births recorded on an iPhone.
They're so used to iPads or touchscreens that they forgot how to use a mouse, or they never learned how to use a mouse. So that's one of the things that we have to teach is how to hold it, how to click it, how to use it. The things that are under the ground that grow out, the roots.
Wada has been teaching for 7 years, serving as the first ever grade school teacher for her students at Barbara Jordan Elementary in Odessa. So what does she do with a classroom full of tech-savvy 5- and 6-year-olds?
I remember you could just put on a CD and play a song and all the kids were excited about it. Even my first year in kindergarten, I didn't have a smart board. I was out in a portable, and so we just had our CD player. And my kids loved it. But now, if I just play a song, they're like, where's the pictures? Where's the exciting part?
And the technology revolution isn't just limited to grade school. It's made possibly its biggest impact on colleges and universities.
We're able now to watch the things that we want to watch when we want to watch them in society. And lecture capture was one of the things we started talking about 10 years ago when I first got here. And what that does is if we can record the instructor teaching the course, then it helps that student who might have missed the concept the first time, and they're able to pick it up the second or third time through.
Dr. Greg Williams' lifelong service as an educator has culminated into the presidency at Odessa College. Yes, those are real books in his office. And yes, he's updated his campus to keep up with the times. We
have the best technology possible in our classrooms. Our community blessed us and allowed us to pass a bond, which allows us to bring in the best to our students. You can take a course while you're waiting, doing whatever via your phone. If you have a Wi-Fi connection, you're always in class.
But despite the changes in curriculum and technology-based learning, Dr. Williams says when students begin their college education at his campus, they're thriving.
The students can do more with that cell phone. They can do more with the technology in your home than the parents probably, if you think about it. They have the ability, they have the intellect. We have to find the interest. If we can get them interested in something, we can have great success. That's the key.
It's clear that advancements in technology have changed the world, let alone your child's classroom. It's ingrained into the DNA of our everyday lives. In fact, while some of you may be watching this story on your television, there are many others who are probably watching on a different device. But technology isn't the only big change to your child's education. Oh, not by a long shot. Tune in tomorrow night at 10 for part 2 of our special report as our educators give us their candid opinions of another persistent change in Texas classrooms, the highly discussed and scrutinized STAAR test. In the studio, I'm Tatum Gwynn, CBS 7 News.